Welcome to Focus Garage. Today we have Brad. You guys know him from the Project Lemons. He's been I've been helping him with the Project Lemon here. We're working on the Fiero and the Saab and the other Saab. So we wanted to give you guys a little bit more background on Brad, and we're gonna let him talk about the little hoopty / nice fleet that he has here in downtown Chicago. We calculated 9 cars. And he didn't know he had 10 cars. I can't even
can't keep count anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Now it's a problem.
Now it's a real problem. So we're gonna move on to Brad and let him talk about his 10 cars. Give us a little bit of background information. Why he bought it.
So I have 10 cars. I didn't mean to. It started out when I bought my first house, and I got a 2-car garage. And I was able to bring my 24 Hours of Lemons car to my garage and my daily driver. And I had a project car at the time, which is a 1965 Austin Healey Sprite, one that I did some pretty extensive work to and painted and all that. So the Sprite is number 1. The second car was my race car for Lemons. It was a 1987 Saab 900 Turbo that has progressively gotten worse. And then for my daily driver, I have a 2008 Saab 93 Combi wagon, 4-cylinder manual transmission. This car can basically do everything. Pulls the trailers, can haul wood on top, throw concrete bags in the back, fit.
It's a city truck, and we actually have a review video of that.
Probably about a year ago or so, we got a video of that on the channel.
When he let me borrow it for a week or so. No, actually, my Focus was down. Yeah.
Okay.
We trade cars at one point too.
It was to pull a trailer so you could get that motorcycle.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because it can pull a trailer, of course. So that's my daily driver. It gets winter tires and all the harsh miles. From there, the Lemons projects sort of got out of hand when Onder started tempting me to expand to my next Lemon as my previous one is destroying itself. So that's when we picked up the 88 Fiero GT, an interesting car with a lot of potential. The particular one we have needs all the potential put back into it.
Yeah.
For that, we bought the 1997 Saab 900 SE.
The black one. You guys saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
That was an engine donor.
That was going to be the engine and transmission donor to the Fiero. So we dropped the transmission and did the clutch, got everything back together, and that car has basically no oil pressure. So
perfect for an engine donor. A car with no oil pressure.
Perfect for an engine donor. So we did the right thing, and we bought another Saab 900 SE, and that car is the engine donor for the engine donor car.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to take care of today, hopefully.
Yeah, that's why we are all dressed up like this to go work on the in the garage.
Yeah, we're in Illinois. It's a beautiful 15, 20 degrees out on this nice December morning.
The sun's out. It's
a hot day. It's a scorcher.
It's a work day, yeah.
It's warmer in the sun. From there, I have a couple more project cars. A couple years ago, I picked up, with my interest in the classic Saab 900s, I picked up a Saab 99. Very interesting car, very goofy looking. It's been described as adorkable. And I picked up the first one, and it had a bunch of spare parts, and it was too rusty, and I cut it up and threw it away. So then, about that time, as I was working on it, I got a Saab 900 turbo engine in it and running. And the day I got it running, a 74.99 popped up on Craigslist in LA. Now, so this car's rust free, and then I'm looking at this one that I have in my garage that's
rotting away,
basically folding itself in half. Yeah. So the one from LA shows up. I cut the other one in half. Then I proceed to put the 2-liter turbo from a 900 in that car and got it running. Did all the brakes, did all the clearancing to the firewall, and then I tried to get into another project and I put it in storage. So that car's in storage in Indiana. That one's not actually in Chicago. So,
Okay.
Um,
Actually, that's how I started hanging out with you, because we work together, and this guy calls me and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to drop an engine and put another engine into a car. Would you want to help me?" And I'm like, I've never done this before. This would be a really interesting learning experience. So I'm like, all right, I'll meet you at your place. And what we have done during that day was we didn't drop the engine and we didn't put another engine in there. We just drank and destroyed some ball joints and wheel bearings trying to press it in, and we called it a day. That was like 8 hours of work, basically.
It's pretty good, yeah.
I should have known by then that
known
this
then.
guy's a dangerous person to work with.
He learned nothing.
Yeah, I learned nothing.
So that car's in storage, and flash forward a couple of years to this spring, and Onder sends me another Saab 99. It's like, oh, this one would be fun to drive while I'm working on the other one. Well, I'm not even working on the other one, so I don't know what got into me. So that car is for sale, but it runs and drives, and I hate it, and I need it out of my garage. The other car that is in storage has some more sentimental value. It's a 1964 Chevrolet Impala.
It's a nice car.
It's a nice car that my great-grandfather gave to my great-grandmother for Valentine's Day in 1965.
Also, people do buy cars for gifts.
They do.
Yeah, I was just reading an article about, like, people don't do that, actually.
With the big bow ties on them and everything.
Yeah. I guess your great-grandpa.
Great-grandfather, yeah.
Oh,
So then
nice.
my grandfather got it. He drove it around parades for a while with a crank-driven fan, which means he cracked the block on the original 327. So it's just got a crate 350 in it, but there's nothing special about it to anybody else, but it's sentimental to me.
It's a 4-door, right?
It's a 4-door. Yeah. It's an automatic. It's not an SS, but it's just a fun, big, huge 19.5-foot car.
Definitely needs hydraulics. It needs to be bouncing down the road.
Most of them have been converted, yes. So I covered my daily driver. I covered my sentimental car.
What about your dream car?
My dream car. In roughly 2008, when I was about to graduate college, I stopped by a Porsche dealership. Knowing, I'm still in college, but I just want to see what these cars are about because I'm obsessed with them. And they had the 911 there, and I thought, this is my dream car, and I got the brochure, and I put it over my desk at school to motivate me to finish college. And about that time, they came out with this other Porsche, which was cheaper, and I saw one in the mall. I was like, I can't tell the difference. This car's cool, too. It's only, 50-something.
Yeah.
So flash forward 10 years, and I'm like, actually somebody at work had a Cayman.
Oh, yeah.
And
PC, right?
there was another guy before,
okay.
yeah. And I thought, well, that guy was kind of loaded or something. I don't know where he got the money for that. And I looked into them, and the older ones are actually pretty affordable. But they have the IMS, the fatal flaw of all Porsches, pre-09.
Very unfortunate for a Porsche, yeah. If you have a 911 or something like that, yeah.
There's a fix for it, but...
Well, for the first generation, I mean the first IMS bearing, but the second generation IMS bearing, you cannot fix it.
Really? There's no...
Oh, you can fix it.
You can fix it.
The earlier ones have a single row bearing,
Yeah.
and you can just sort of reach in there and pop it out and pop the new one in. When Porsche fixed it, they put the double row in, and now you can't pull it out without dropping the engine out.
Yeah, you gotta drop. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Great. So go back about 3 years ago, and I looked into the Porsches, and it turns out, you can get a Porsche Cayman from 09 to 12 for about the price of a CPO Camry, which is just a miserable car.
or a brand new Focus ST or a Golf GTI.
Yeah, if that's what you're into. So I had one of those for 2.5 years, and then I got hit in it pretty hard out in front of work. That was really embarrassing.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. So then, 2 months later, I found another one, the next generation up, a 2014 Cayman S with PSE, which is the Porsche Sport Exhaust, which is basically a valve that bypasses half the muffler.
Sounds really good.
It sounds really good.
And pops and bangs is just like it's. Oh my god.
Yeah. So what I learned from that experience was if you drive a Porsche, you should make it, or any sports car really, you should basically make it as obnoxious as possible, and that will keep people from hitting you.
Yeah, loud pipes save lives.
That's right. Okay, so what's our count up to? We got
So,
the Austin
all right.
Healey Sprite,
Austin Healey 1,
the Chevy Impala,
2.
we got the LA 99,
Okay.
I have
The red
99
998.
That's for sale, anybody.
We'll put the
link in the
down,
description,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
If you're interested, yeah.
Sure. We've got the Fiero,
Oh yeah.
we've got the engine donor, we have the engine donor
to the engine donor.
We have
The sport combi.
the Sport Combi, we have the Cayman, and then we have the 900 race car.
Race
That's
car.
10.
That's 10 cars.
And where do you live? Because I don't think we pushed that strongly
Sure.
enough yet.
So the reason I was able to sort of expand how many stupid cars I have was because my first house was a multi-unit here in Irving Park.
in Chicago, if you guys are not from here.
You're probably how close to downtown?
I am halfway between O'Hare and downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So this is somewhere where you can't just have a big barn with a ton of storage, or just park all the cars in your driveway. You're limited.
Or
to,
on the street either.
Or in the street either. Yeah.
Right. So the particular multi-unit that I bought first was one with a side drive and a 2-car garage and maybe like a lot and a half. Overall, you can park about 9 cars very uncomfortably there. 2 beside the garage, 2 in the garage, and then 4 for my tenants, and then 1 more, and then that's so. It got excessive. So I bought another multi-unit house.
Because why not?
Because why not?
You need storage for the other cars
Yeah. Well,
and some source of income.
it's a little bit of income. So.
Yeah.
But when the second multi-unit house popped up, it has a 4-car brick garage. So currently I'm only using half of it and renting the other half, but long term I'll have all of my nonsense here all in one spot.
So we are going to have, well, he is going to have all his 10 cars in Chicago pretty soon. And if you guys think that he's gonna sell the red 99 or some cars are
I bet there's always going to be cars coming in too.
together. Yeah, he's always expanding. That's the issue being a car enthusiast, because you want to buy every car that you saw.
Yep.
Like, I am limited because I have 2-car garage and I live in the suburbs, and my fiance / roommate / wife / life partner will kill me if I expand my already to her large collection
Your
of
fleet.
cars. Yeah, my fleet. So yeah, if you guys have any questions to Brad about his nonsense, how he handles this, we'll
drop them in the comments.
drop
and
them in the
we'll make
comment.
sure they're answered.
Yeah, and let us know what you guys think about his fleet. Do you guys think he has cool cars, or most of them are just quirky
There's a
junks?
Saab theme here, but we're going to try and show them there's more to life than just
Yeah.
Saabs, So over time,
I'm doing my part, getting him out of the Saab game, but
you made him
still
buy a
getting-
GM.
Yeah, but
There's a
still,
Fiero outside
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
there-
it's still getting sucked into it though. Like,
there are other things other than Saabs.
Yeah.
There are worse things. There are Fieros.
we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that Fiero.
But yeah, we just want to show you guys it can be done. You don't have to own, a barn with a ton
Yeah.
of property to be able to, have a collection of cars, a diverse collection of
Yeah.
cars.
You just have to have the will
Yep.
to go.
You will find a way if you want it bad enough.
Yeah. Any last
Closing thoughts?
Yeah.
Do it, don't do it.
Don't ever own 10 cars.
That's so true. Well, on that bombshell, we're going to close
Go
this
work
up.
on 2 of these 10 cars.
Yeah, we're gonna try to help him out, reduce the amount of car he has by chopping up some Saabs. So, and we're out there saving world from Saabs. So we're working with junkyards here, and Greta, on the other hand, recycling these cars, getting
There's
them out.
so much recycling happening.
Yeah, they're emission hazard cars. We're getting rid of them. So, kudos to all. Thanks for watching.
We'll catch you guys in the next video.
Thanks. Suck my balls.